For more on health, join your host Dr. Selo Motaung every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m.
We recently caught up with an artifact collector and also a photographer who have toured the African continent extensively, most recently Zanzibar, and each time they explore the beautiful continent, they bring back with them a piece of the places they visit.
I started 30 years ago in this game. I came down from Zimbabwe. At that time it was very hard to get a job, funny enough. So we started collecting artifacts in the Zambezi Valley and selling them on the Nickel Highway. I don't know if you remember the time when there were all those traders on the Nickel Highway. But I've had a long journey with tribal art and managed to travel all over Africa and all over the world, collecting what I call found objects, things that appeal to me and bringing them back to South Africa. And slowly but surely, we've built Amatuli into a sort of business now that's 30 years old. It's done its time in the saddle.
Amatuli.
Thank you for tuning in this afternoon. My name is Lebogang Sejake, standing in for Puleng Molibati. She will be back next week to continue with our weekly dose of inspirational stories right here on Bophelong. With an act of bravery from resilient individuals who overcome the odds, there wouldn't be any heroic tales to share. Today, Bophelong continues the heroic tale of a 10-year-old cancer survivor who continues to rewrite his life story with an aim to uplift and empower other children who are diagnosed with this chronic disease. When we first met Bophelong Musia, we knew his journey had just started. So when we received the news that he was celebrating his 10th birthday at Chalk House in this month, we couldn't turn down the invite. First, let's start with the recap.
Some of you may remember this young champ from the beginning of this year. He touched so many lives when he trended because of his strong and giant heart.
My life. That's all that matters now. Is that I'm alive. And the brain tumor is gone.
Bophelong Musia was diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor in 2013. The year after, he suffered the trauma of brain cancer and remained on medication even though the doctors had given him the all clear.
I had 27 stitches from the hospital, from ICU.
We recognized something different in his head, on the right-hand side of his head. And it was funny because it looks like he has swollen, but it was very soft and it just popped up that day, you know.
I had a lot of seizures, and after seizures, my left arm got affected with the seizures, and my right arm never. So that's why it's stronger than my left.
After the diagnosis, and we thought, there was a time when I thought, okay, all that was supposed to happen with this was the tumor removed, nothing. And that's just the beginning, and they did tests and they found that the tumor was malignant. And that took a turn in our lives because that meant he needed to do radiation, chemotherapy. It changed our lives. I remember we traveled every day for 6 weeks to go do radiation. After school, we'd be going there for 6 weeks. It was a very strenuous period. But in all of that, happy as always. And we were told chemo will get him sick, but it did not get him sick. He went through all of that. And this is where we are now. He's cancer-free.
Bophelong's trips to hospitals made him question a lot of things, which in some way or another has made him our very own little hero.
He used to have a quote that says, Mama, let me teach you something. it's important to give to the needy. God taught me something. So that's what he used to say. I think he had a conversation with God. They had a deal to say, I'm going to save you, you're going to do this for me. Because after the operation, he became different. Things that he would speak about, his maturity, his thinking would just be in another level. And now and then he will tell you, Mama, let me teach you something. And I mean, at that time he was what? 8. And now I'm being taught how to do things now by an 8-year-old. So I think he had a conversation, and I think he's living his purpose. He's very passionate about helping the needy, and you can see right there that something happened. And we might not understand it as parents, hence we started the foundation because we realized that there's something about him. And now we understand our purpose as to why did God allow it to happen to us. And in doing that, in return, we need to help the others.
So Bophelong, tell me, every time you're driving and every corner there's someone who's begging, you give them something?
Yeah.
Seeing kids sleeping on cardboards and plastic bags inspired him to collect blankets and food for them, and this was the genesis of the Bophelong Mosia Foundation.
And then I went to my mom's aunt one day and I asked her if she could knit blankets for me, but she said it will take long, my boy. She contacted a few friends on her phone, and some started knitting and some started buying. And that's how I got the blankets.
And 9 months later, the Bophelong Mosia Foundation is still up and running and even stronger than ever. The little man turns 10 and Bophelong went to celebrate with him. But here's what's unique about this hero. Instead of spending his birthday with close friends and family, every year he makes it a point to celebrate with kids who still have cancer. He calls his birthday everyone's birthday, and instead of receiving gifts, he gives away gifts. So what better way to end Childhood Cancer Awareness Month with some inspiration from this very young champion?
What a heartwarming, inspirational story that was. A recurring message in Bophelong's story is that he is grateful for the gift of life, and by sharing a message of hope with other children, he is honoring this gift. After the break, he shares with Bophelong why it is important for him to be so selfless.
What causes Parkinson's? How common is it?
Your research showed that it's slightly more prevalent in men.
Yeah.
It's equally affected at women as well.
Yeah.
And all races can be affected with Parkinson's. There is no such thing as one race is more prevalent than the other.
Parkinson's disease is the disorder of degeneration of the neurons, therefore exposes one to have those unwanted movements of the body.
I live my normal life. I wake up in the morning, I do some exercises here and there.
It's just a movement disorder. It's going to affect how he lives his life. And I think as a family, it's just helped us get a little bit closer and surround him.
Catch Health Talk every Saturday from 9 to 10 with Dr. Sello Mutawong.
Now this is Trends, of course, your one-stop serving of all that's juicy and trending in the world of entertainment and showbiz. My name, of course, is Refill Wemwilo.
I'm Dr. Sello Mutawong, and this is Health Talk.
A very good morning and welcome to Media Monitor. I'm your host, Alicia Jolly.
My name is Dumila Matters.
William Mulabati.
My name is Mpo Sedu. What time is it? It's question time.
For your daily dose of current affairs, tune in to the SABC News Channel.
A presumed U.S. drone strike in the south of the country has killed 3 Al-Qaeda suspects.
Death toll in Yemen's 18-month-old civil war now stands at about 10,000.
People get killed or die and are actually buried before they're recorded. And we don't have a way of recording that, but we know the numbers are much higher.
Water restrictions are to be imposed on villages in and around the Nkomazi municipality.
Pumps can't pump the water
because there's no water in a river, and if the water is coming back, then it's full of mud.
Those who can pray and those who can do any miracle to make sure that we've got enough rain, give it a try.
Welcome back. The children at Chalk House have no idea what Bophelong has in store for them. Let's catch up with him and see how far he is with his preparations.
It's Bophelong's big day, and it's time for some shopping for the big 10th birthday party, which this year he chose to celebrate at one of the Chalk houses. Birthday parties are usually a big deal to little ones, not so much to Bophelong though. All he wants is to make other little hearts smile.
18, 19.
And it was time to fetch the cake, which is a symbol of a real birthday to the young ones. What's special about this is that Bophelong will be sharing the cake with kids who aren't his friends and some of the kids he has never met. It's kids who are fighting cancer, something Bophelong is very familiar and close to.
Mama.
Hey, what do you think? Thank you.
What's a kiddie's party without some sweets? Bophelong and his mom met up with Zodo at the mall to get the final goodies for the big day.
Okay, Oh, is it? I didn't know there's something like this. Are they nice though? I don't know them.
A long day for Bophelong, and it was time for him to go take that well-deserved nap while the goodies were being wrapped.
Yeah, you took your car, right?
Zodwa tells us more about the purpose of the day.
The reason that we're packaging the gifts today is that we're celebrating Bophelong's 10th year birthday at Chalk Foundation. He is one of the survivors as well whom have survived cancer. So every year he celebrates his birthday with cancer survivors at hospitals or at Chalk houses. So this year as well, we're celebrating his birthday with other kids whom have also had their birthdays at the course of the year. This gift pack is written Happy Birthday Dineo from Bophelong Mosia Foundation. So basically, like I said, that we celebrate every child's birthday whom have their birthdays from the course of the year. We're not only celebrating Bophelong's birthday, but then we're celebrating his birthday with other kids whom have survived cancer during the course of the year. So these all gifts are actually packed in for the kids whom are at the Chalk Foundation house, and that's what we're basically gonna do for them. We have gifts for them, and we're gonna have party packs and celebrate Bophelong's birthday at the Chalk.
The whole point is that every child gets a gift that they can cherish and remember Bophelong with.
Like he did with we bought the kids sleepwear, so we have all their names and ages as well from Chalk. So we are well organized in the sense that we need to cater for each and every kid who's at the Chalk house, and we need to know their specifics, their ages and their gender as well, just so when we give out the gifts we know exactly whom are we giving to the gift to.
Bophelong has managed to keep his foundation's vision alive.
If you can look into the background of the foundation, he had the heart desire into giving back to the community, giving back to other kids who were sleeping into the streets. So every now and then when we have projects or initiative, actually we have an idea that's coming from him. But obviously as a team at work, then we take into that and look into it with better considerations and better form of doing the initiative or the projects as well.
All geared up and energized from his quick nap, the little man himself is ready to go make friends and party with other kids. But he first tells us about the ribbons he has been selling for months.
Tell me about the ribbons. What are the ribbons for?
for children who have cancer.
So what are you doing with them? Are you selling the ribbons?
Yes, I am for 20 rand.
For 20 rand?
Yeah.
Did you sell, how many did you sell at school today?
I can't remember.
And what's in the white envelope?
Money.
Oh, you made money?
Yes.
Is it? Where's the money going?
Yeah, well, it's going to my company, and then from there they buy blankets.
So much effort shows selflessness, not just from Bokang, but from those who work with him too. It's energy that can't be ignored.
Okay, you're making hot dogs. What are the hot dogs for? Where are they going?
They're going to chalk.
Why are you making hot dogs?
I'm making them for my birthday.
Where are you celebrating your birthday?
At Chalk, at Bara.
Why are you celebrating your birthday at Chalk? With who? Why?
Children who have cancer. I'm celebrating it because I once was healed and I once had cancer and I was healed, and I believe that they can also get healed.
How do you feel that you are giving, it's your birthday, but you are giving the kids the gifts and they are not giving you anything? How do you feel?
What matters is that I'm alive. I don't matter if they don't give me a gift or anything. The only thing that matters is that I'm alive.
Children at the Chalk House in Soweto Deep Kloof have been waiting, so it's time to pack and leave.
Whew, this little boy surely puts some of us to shame, honestly. Bokang Musia introduces us to other brave children who are undergoing cancer treatment after the break, so do stay with us.
There's this perception out there that the DA is a party of the rich, and then, boom, they bring out a mayoral candidate who is very rich.
It's interesting that you can expect poor people to really be the leaders. That's when you're looking for trouble.
You cannot sit here and deny that the PAC is divided.
I can simply say to you, the PAC is not divided.
But you are in denial. There are people who are calling here.
I'm not in denial. You cannot come and say we must talk unity. Unity with who?
With the other PAC that held the conference.
No other PAC.
Here is Mudini Maiba sitting next to you.
Yes.
He says he's the Secretary General of the PAC.
Any other Dick and Tom Harry can claim. You cannot entertain such a person here.
We're not going to deny.
Saying he's the secretary of the PAC. It's not correct.
Watch Question Time with me, Mpho Tsedu, Monday to Thursday at 5:30 p.m. on the SABC News Channel.
Health Talk unpacks healthy tips to help you to practice healthy living lifestyles.
Now, generally, type 1 is found mostly in children and young adults. And with type 2 diabetes is found mainly in the older generation and also with an issue of obesity.
Don't have second portions, and then I brought this plate model to show that for both meals, your lunch, your dinner, half the plate should be vegetables.
Within sports, we see the spectrum itself. Most often we see minor head contact injuries, we call them.
Right.
But certainly in sports, the one that a lot of attention is paid to is concussion.
You see, you've got something, boom, but it's uncontrolled. Whereas in soccer, when the guy hits the ball, it's controlled. His neck muscles are controlling it. And that's why they say, for instance, in rugby, the training should be to improve your neck strength.
For more on health, join your host Dr. Selo Mutaong every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m.
News Today provide news updates giving a wealth of knowledge. Breaking stories and crossing live for you. We follow business developments intensely. Experts and analysts tackle all challenging issues for you. We cover stories locally and abroad to keep you informed. we cover all sporting codes just for you. We are sure to give you weather to be ready for the day. Stay tuned to News Today at 3 p.m. from Monday to Friday on SABC News.
Welcome back to the last leg of our show. Dynamites do come in small packages, and one we have on the show today is determined to touch the lives of other children by spreading the message of hope. If he can overcome, they can also do it. Let's go to Chalk House for the festivities of Bophelong's 10th birthday party.
It was time to celebrate with the kids and parents at Chalk House, and Thabo told us more about the organization while setting up was taking place.
Chalk Childhood Cancer Foundation South Africa was initially started by parents who had children that were diagnosed with cancer. So they sort of went through all the emotions and all the stresses that cancer brings, and they decided to start a support program as parents, and that's where Chalk was developed. So Chalk has now grown internationally, and we are all over the country. It's a national organization. What we do is we provide support. We provide we're trying to relieve the stresses for parents that are diagnosed with childhood cancer. We provide practical support, like the house that you see here for those parents that come from far. When their children are diagnosed and they're coming for treatment, they have a place to stay, a home away from home where they can, relax and where they can sit, get a free meal, and be able not to focus only on the illness, but to be also relieved. We also offer them with transport money. We assist them with transport money. We also offer psychosocial services.
There are no special requirements required to qualify to live here.
Normally, most of the children that we get referred from other hospitals or from other clinics or wherever, and they get referred because a child that is diagnosed with childhood cancer has to be treated by a pediatric oncologist, a trained pediatric oncologist, and we are fortunate that here in Joburg we've got some at Para, at Johannesburg Hospital, and also at the Donald Gordon. So we get referred, and when they come, others, because other provinces, for example like the Northwest, do not have trained pediatric oncologists, the children get referred to us, and when the parents come, they don't have a place to stay. They don't know anybody in Joburg. So what Chalk does is we provide that home away from home to say, as the child is going through the treatment, you can stay at one of the Chalk houses.
Thabo described Bophelong as an inspiration not to kids only, but also to adults.
Bophelong for me is a symbol of hope, and I don't know whether it was a coincidence or what that his birthday falls within the month of September, because September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. So he's a symbol of hope, and just for him to be here and to be doing for all this, it's just a way to show that this fight, we can win this fight. That cancer is not a death sentence, it's not the end of the world. We can survive it, and that there is chances for children to be cured, and he's a living example, and he's bringing all this hope to us and to inspire all the other mothers and the children as well to say, you know what, you go through all these things, but there's a light at the end of this tunnel. We can win this battle, and I'm so really proud of what Bophelong has achieved and what he's gone through. For him to be now 10 years old doing all these things is truly an inspiration, and we hope that he was going to keep on inspiring those mothers that we have here, for them to understand that with hope this battle can be won.
Bophelong was overwhelmed by the success of his birthday party.
Oh, okay, Kitty, why?
I feel excited and blessed that I'm 10, and I thank God that I'm still alive.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bophelong. Happy birthday to you.
I'm happy that it's here anyway. I'm happy.
Why are you happy that it's here?
Because I love children. And the Bible says, love one another. Actually, it says love someone if you want them to love you the same way you have got. But something like that.
Okay.
A boy so young, but with the biggest, charitable, compassionate, and gentle heart.
Celebrate my birthday with them and give them blankets and share cake and sweets with them.
Hip hip! Hooray! Wow, this balloon is so jealous, it's not even funny.
This is one young man who is not puzzled. He understands the concept of giving to strangers and is very much aware of what he is doing and how it will benefit other kids. Bokang's actions have really shown that he really is a symbol of hope, and some of the parents at Chalk House described just that.
Ke na le matla go ha ke bona Bokang because ngwana ke o tshwa ke leukemia, so ke na le matla gore ngwana ke o tlo fola. Yeah. Ile mabana ha papa go a bua a rotloetsa nna ke bona gore tumelo e teng ha o rapela modimo teng.
Bokang give me strength because I have a kid who has acute lymphoblastic leukemia, so I have faith that maybe my baby is going to get cured. I'm so happy to see that because I feel that maybe next time my baby will be a survivor. Then I decided I'm going to do the same as Bokang.
And when Bokang is asked what message he has for the kids who are fighting cancer, he boldly preached the message of love.
They shouldn't give up and love one another. That's all I like.
Why shouldn't they give up?
Because I never gave up when I had cancer. Because I never gave up when I had cancer. I believed in myself too, that I can do it, that I can conquer cancer.
By the end of the day, Bokang's heart was fulfilled. Everything he wished for and planned for was successful.
Thank you, Chalk House, for allowing me to have my party here.
A quote by Susie Kasim says, "The language of light can only be decoded by the heart." Bokang, you conquered cancer, but never forgot those who still have it. And for that, Bophelong salutes you. What's unique and applaudable about you is that you work even when no one is watching, and that is pure selflessness.
What a precious young boy that is. With such a positive outlook on life, Bokang Musia's story can only produce many more life-altering chapters. And with that, we conclude today's program. Thank you for watching. From us here on the show, it's goodbye.